already joined our webinars before because I usually ask people, hey guys, where are you based right now? Because Fernando, I will be super honest with you. I do really enjoy this moment when a lot of people, like hundreds of people all around the world, just saying, hey, I'm from here, I'm from here, I'm from here. And we all spent this hour together to share really great and to know more about Outbound. Hey, Argentina, Colombia, hello, Canada, hello, India. Guys, again, so sorry for the delay. Fernando, how do you feel today?
Hello, Ilya. Super awesome to be here, especially with a lot of people from all around the world watching us. We got a lot of content and good information to share with you guys, so stick around.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. By the way, Fernando, where are you based right now?
I'm in Brazil, a city called Campinas, really close to São Paulo capital, about an hour drive, really urban, really hot.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. I only can imagine how amazing the weather right now in Brazil. Awesome, guys. Just 1 minute to spend before we start. Guys, we're going to record this webinar and we will share with you this information. And I want to tell you just before we start. So today we will be sharing with you amazing content. And we also prepared some great bonuses for those who watch this live. For those who are watching this as a recording, guys, no worries. You will have all of the greatest information that we prepared for you, including all the extra resources, materials, amazing stats, etc., etc. So, guys, let's probably start. Fernando, are you ready?
Always, are you?
Yes, I am ready as well. Guys in the chat, please tell us, are you ready? Yes or no? Just say yes or no, and we're gonna start. Yes, 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 yes. Awesome. Let's go, guys. Let me share my screen and please tell me whether you can see that. Can you see my screen right now? You should be the
I
that.
can.
Guys in the chat, please tell me whether you, yes, yes. Okay, awesome, awesome, awesome. So let's go. Guys, I'll be super, super quick today because the main stage today is for Fernando. And you will understand why, because Fernando has prepared something really, really cool for you. So today we're going to talk about the behind the scenes of cold emailing. The thing is that everyone is talking about cold emailing. I generated millions of leads, and I've generated hundreds of leads. This AI overflow, this cool campaign, this follow-up strategy, etc., etc. But in reality, again, 95% of this is actually bullshit. Why? Because first things first, a lot of people who talk about cold emailing never run cold emailing, right? The second thing, a lot of people just focus on spraying and praying, and this tactic might not work for you. And in 99% of cases, that will not work for you. And the last thing is that your case is might be totally different from what people are talking about on the internet, on LinkedIn, on YouTube, on Twitter, literally everywhere. So you hey, I need to do a lot of cool, great things. You try to spend a lot of time, you try to invest in cold emailing and overall outbound lead generation. But at the end of the day, you send cold emails, you get some replies, but you never generate enough leads. And the thing, and the main problem here is that you have no clarity, like literally zero clarity on what to change it and how to change it. And you might think, wow, but probably my cold emails are not working because I've never implemented amazing AI workflows, clay enrichment flows, etc., etc. All of those things. And I talk to a lot of people, and I see that everyone wants to implement buyer signals, triggers, AI personalization, clay, and so on and so forth. But in reality, even if you implement all of those things, it makes no sense if just the basics, the foundations of your cold email are not working. For example, it makes no sense how great or how personalized your cold emails are if your emails are going to spam. This is this is just the reality, and that is why, and that applies to literally every single detail and nuances in the cold emailing space. And today, and the reason for that is basically nobody is replying from spam folders, and we know that as fact. And the thing here is that today we are not gonna cover the basic things. Again, never use MailChimp or tools like MailChimp for sending cold emails, or never use your free Gmail account to send and blast cold emails. Don't send too many cold emails the same day or during just 5 minutes. Don't do those things. It's basics, but I see sometimes like 1, 2, 3, 5% of people still make those mistakes. Guys, don't do that. Nobody's doing this for already, I know, 10 years, 7 years for sure. Don't do that as well. You will never get any great results out of cold emailing if you make some little and basic mistakes. And of course, we've prepared for you a clear checklist that is covering literally everything and with everything that we're gonna talk today. And we will send to you this checklist and this playbook with different guides, links, great information and great frameworks for you to set up a proper cold email outbound. No worries, guys, you will get all of this information. So, guys, I'll be super honest with you. Today, we've prepared something really, really cool for you. And I always tell that. But today, it's a special day. Why? Because Fernando and the whole Snovia team has done an amazing job of, should I say it right now? Or Fernando, will you say that?
There's no point to ruining the surprise, but it's on the title. They know already.
Yeah, okay. So I will let you say what you guys done in terms of just to make this a little bit of intrigue. And today, you guys, as I told you before, a lot of people talk about cold emails, but they don't know about cold emails that much. That is why we've decided to invite amazing, actual A-level players and pro people when it comes to sales and the outbound space to talk to them so they can share their own approaches or some great insights. And today we have Fernando from Snovia. For those who don't know what Snovia is. Snovia is one of the biggest sales automation platforms with more than 3 million active users worldwide and more than 185,000 companies who are using Snovia on a daily, weekly, and monthly basis. And I'm really happy to have Fernando today. Fernando, again, are you excited about today's webinar?
Super happy to be here. Super happy for you to have me. I gotta be honest, I'm quite nervous because there's a lot of data here, a lot of numbers. So make sure that everyone got their pen and paper. We're gonna discuss some tactics, some strategies, what works, what doesn't, in detail.
Yes, awesome. And for those who don't know who this beard guy is, and my name is Ilya, and I'm a co-founder of Growth Band, and we help in-house outbound lead generation teams to build the proper outbound systems. We manage more than 10,000 mailboxes for our clients, making sure that their emails are not going to spam. And we've already helped more than 100 B2B brands building and implementing a proper AI and overall outbound lead generation systems. Just a little bit more in details. We solve the number one problem for everyone who's sending cold emails. It's spam. We fully manage cold email infrastructure. That means we set up, warm up, maintain, connect it to your sending tool, and fix your deliverability issues. We also implement the AI and go-to-market engineering things like Clay and A10 and some other cool things for you. And of course, we provide with the top-class outbound education. And this webinar is just the example for you to see how the level of the content that we try to ship to the market. Just for those who are interested in talking more, guys, we are making sure that your emails are not going to spam because we actually fully manage that. We set up, maintain, rotate, we take a look at your stats, and then we just try to keep your inbox rate as maximum as it's possible. So basically, we usually try to hit 99% plus inbox rate. That means that your emails are not going to spam and you can focus on strategy, copy, targeting, and not deliverability issues. Guys, after this, after this webinar, and probably tomorrow, or if you want, I can send it to you today. I can share with you a mirror board of how do we build the infrastructure, and so you can do this on your own. But today, I don't want to spend too much time on those things because we are ready and we are packed with such a great content from Fernando. So, Fernando, would you be ready to share your screen and probably go through your slides and share a bit more about what your guys prepared for us?
Of course, already on the go.
Awesome, awesome. By the way, yes, now you can share the screen. By the way, while Fernando
Great.
is sharing his screen, guys, please feel free to connect with Fernando on LinkedIn and say,
Please.
hey, I'm from the webinar. Fernando, hey, I just joined the webinar with Growth Band and Snavia. Amazing, amazing. So here's the link to Fernando's LinkedIn profile. And of course, if you want to connect with me as well, feel free to connect with me on LinkedIn as well. I'll be super, super happy to see you uh, in my connections as well.
That's great. Shall I start?
Yes, yes.
Awesome. Just wanted to start by asking the audience, how many of you track your open rates? How many of you don't? Leave here on the chat. Do you track your open rates or don't you? Just so we can have a metrics. Here's our first no, I do it. Yes, I track, I don't. Nice. Guess there's
A
a
lot.
good 50-50.
It just feels like 50-50. Yes, indeed.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah, probably
For
60-40, but
those,
yeah.
probably. For those of you sharing, not sorry, tracking your opens, I got some bad news. Here's basically what we're gonna go in depth here. We analyzed over 44 million emails over time, and out of those, we got 37 million sent that got 100 and a little over 190,000 replies. Those were the tracking on, and with the tracking off, we sent a little over 7 million, which got 100,000 replies. So this isn't random. This is the direct consequence of how providers treat tracking pixels. Some call it tracking pixel, some call it magic pixel, whatever. There's a reason for that. Every open tracking pixel is basically an image. It's not there for you to see. It's well hidden from you, but it's not hidden from Gmail. It's not hidden from Outlook or whoever. They can see it. They can find it. So campaigns with pixels often get rerouted to promotions or spam or some other folders like that. So let's talk a little over how to go around this. If you can hear my cat meowing in the back, sorry for that. He's being impossible these days. Here we got some more on why you should not use your open tracking in every single campaign and when to use it. First off, they get flagged as spammy messages, like Google literally slaps they look suspicious on Pixel. You can get those not shown messages or messages that are only half shown or something like that. Then there's the unreliable metric, the false data. Security systems, they preview pains or bots trigger false opens. It can happen on your cell phone. It can happen if you got some security measures. It can happen for whatever reason and security reasons that you got in your company. But you might think that the campaign is getting 40% open rate when in fact, in reality, half of those are machine events. They are being opened automatically. Some people don't even know they opened that email because they, in fact, didn't open it. And another thing is it hurts your deliverability and reputation. Filters remember, if I can say it like this, they remember who you are, they remember what you do. Each flag pixel chips away at your sender reputation. Reputation is like a score, a credit score. It's like who are you online, and they are aware. Don't fall into the spam police filters. Let's try to dribble that. Next, if I'm going, sorry guys, if I'm speaking too much or if I'm going too fast, you can ask me to slow down. I got this and I got too excited about something. I start to yada yada yada. But here's when you should and when you should not track your opens. You can definitely track your opens if you're working marketing, if you need some maybe testing on your subtitle or not subtitle, so subject, sorry. If you need some open trackings on your subjects, if you're testing what term works, what word doesn't, and so on and so forth. Or if you're triggered to drive logic or follow-up flows, then these people open this B, so I know what to do next. These people open D email, so this kind of thing. Other than that, every other aspect, if you work in sales specifically, don't. What matters here is that people reply to you, not how many emails you got open. Because people open email, that's nothing, and throw it in trash. That's not what we're looking for. We're looking for real solid replies. All right. I'm not sure if I should go into this slide yet, but we got an exclusive offer for you, for those of you following us today. If you stick around, you'll unlock 30% off in every Snowville plan, but only for those of you who stick around. And if I'm not wrong, Ilya has something prepared on your end as well, don't you?
Yes, guys. When we say we prepared with some great content plus a little bit of bonus, when we say bonus, we mean some specific exclusive offers. Guys, with Snovio, during this webinar, we will reveal the promo code. Right now, it's blurred, you cannot see that, but you know that after using this promo code that we're gonna reveal a little bit later, you will get 30% off on every single Snovio plan, which is amazing and super, super cool. And when it comes to the information to the bonus from my side, guys, I didn't want to share that with you right now, but I want to at the very, very end of the webinar. But guys, I prepared for you the free cold email deliverability audit that we do for exclusive clients. So it's going to be 45 minutes call where we're going to dive deeper into your specific tool set, into your domain settings, literally every single detail to check what's going on with your deliverability and give you the specific insights on how to fix those things. Guys, I will reveal with you how to get this pre-called vulnerability audit with me a little bit later, probably at the end of the webinar, so we all stick around. Awesome.
Great. Now, I know that you guys been listening to me speaking, talking a lot about deliverability, what works, what doesn't, but some of you might not know Snowville yet. So let me brief you about it just real quick for those of you who've been living under a rock or inside a cave. Snowville is an outbound prospection tool for the B2B, so we work exclusively with corporate information and cold mail. We've been in the business for 8 years and counting, and we've been working with some major names in the industry, doing great deals over all this time and achieving more and more as time flies by. You can use it to prospect according to your ICP and persona. If you can, if sorry, I'm a bit nervous, guys. I told you this, right? So I might stutter a bit. So if you're prospecting on LinkedIn, you can extract your leads from LinkedIn. If you got a list of domains, you can upload it and extract with Snowville. If you have a list of addresses, you can also upload and verify. Snowville does really a lot. Our intent is to be a all-in-one tool, as much as possible. Now, for the hidden trap that most teams fall into, what am I talking about here? Snowville powers over 3 million users. That's a lot of people. And we've been measuring their movement, not their movement, but their results they share with us for all this time. But we still rely on outdated 2020 tactics. Some people are stuck in time since pandemic. Things changed. People changed, strategy changed, companies changed, but most of it, behavior changed. You don't open the emails you open today, you don't open with the same eyes that you used to open in 2020 or last year. or yesterday. You know, we learn more and more as these emails get to us. Maybe in 2020, you get a prospection email and you're like, is this for real? Was this, we didn't have the AI that we have today. That's what I'm trying to get to. So pay attention to your market, pay attention to how they behaving, how they're responding to you, and keep updated, you know. Email filters have evolved as well. Competition is a lot smarter. If you're not using AI, you're already falling behind. If you're not updating your copywritings on a monthly basis, you're already falling behind and stuff like that. So keyword here is keep updated. Two keywords actually. What we've been up to all this time, we analyzed data from 44 million emails sent via our platform. I gave you some of these numbers earlier, but here we have some more detail. Over almost actually 800,000 campaigns launched, 43 unique recipients, and 43 million, sorry, and 43 million total messages. What we're looking for here is common mistakes, what people do that works, what people do that doesn't, proven structures, sorry, templates that work, delays, how long to wait, how long to not wait, how fast you should respond, and so on. That's proven structure. If you did it and it worked, that's it. What actually get replies? Again, we're not, oh, sorry, just
Fernando,
there it is.
just
Go ahead.
just to make sure, guys, you understand that what Fernando has prepared for you. Guys, Snovio team has analyzed 44 million of cold emails. Try to identify the patterns, the common mistakes, what's working, what's not working. Guys, I'm super excited to see that, even though I saw that before, like because we were preparing for the webinar. But please tell me in the chat, are you excited to see the results of their analysis of 44 million of cold emails analyzed? And I see that a lot of people just say yes, yes, absolutely, amazing, sure. So let's move on. Sorry for interrupting.
Don't worry. Let me know a little more on you guys in the audience. Are you all in sales? Do we have some marketing personnel here as well? What's your department? We
Yeah, I
got a
see
marketing
marketing,
here,
sales,
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 sales, sales,
sales.
tech
Yeah, okay.
entrepreneur.
The majority are
Nice.
from the sales.
I
Yeah,
guess that 90% sales, maybe. That's
yeah.
nice.
So
We're
let's move
home
on.
here. Perfect. So taking this 44 million almost emails that we analyzed, what have we learned? That's the thing. Oh, sorry. There it is. We learned that some things work more than others. Among those, is if you're sending via Google API or directly via SMTP. And here's some interesting data that we found. The data clearly shows that Gmail API outperforms SMTP, direct SMTP, delivering over double the engagement in response rates. This difference isn't just a technical nuance, it's just not a detail. There's a reason for that. It's a direct factor in whether your outreach campaign succeeds or fails. So, via API, via Google API, we had 3.45%, and via SMTP, we got 1.66. There's a huge difference. That's more than twice the improvement when using API over SMTP for outbound campaigns, where how can I say it? Where even fractions of a percent can determine your ROI. This is a game-changing difference. I mean, that's where I'm trying to get, you know. Even the smallest detail, am I going to send API or going to send SPI? If I send SMTP, I get this, but what are you sacrificing to get this, you know? So it was a cool experiment, you know. And here's why this happens. Um, Regarding infrastructure and reputation, there's major differences. Gmail will use Google's own trusted servers. That's why it tends to deliver more, it tends to engage more. The servers carry strong sender reputations by default, which means emails are less likely to be flagged as spam, being red flagged, blacklisted, or something like that, because of this borrowed trust that you got. While doing this on SMTP relies on you building this reputation from scratch, which may take time, effort, and have I mentioned time? Do you guys have time to spare? I don't, you know? So if you want to be fast, if you want to deliver more, focus on Gmail API. I know that some of you will have some restrictions. You can't do it because of this and that, because of security measures inside the company and so on. But try and talk to your IT department, try and talk to whoever it is, show them this data, show them this data, and I'm sure they're gonna be a great argument with them, you know.
Yeah,
Regarding
fair enough.
sending out, huh? Go ahead.
Sorry, I just want people to understand how huge the difference is in this little one thing. The way you connect your Gmail or Google accounts to your Saturn tool actually affects your final results. You cannot change, you might not change your copy, your targeting, nothing, the amount of follow-ups, like those things might be literally the same. But if you're connecting your Google account, your Gmail account to, for example, Snowflake, you might connect it through API. And in this case, the amount of replies you're going to get will be almost double. You see what I mean? So this is not about the tactic to use or a strategy to use or some cool hook personalization thing. It's just technical. It's a purely technical insight that you need to understand. And go to your Sentient tool right now. Double check what type of connection you have currently through the SMTP or IMAP or through the Google API. So just make sure that your emails are connected through the Google API, and that's going to be way better deliverability when it comes and way better results. Sorry for interrupting.
Exactly. No, don't worry. Feel free to interrupt at any time, you know. I'm a guest in your home. About this slide here, guys, I'm just gonna go real quick about them because we got a lot of data to share as well. But regarding sender authentication, you can see there's a huge difference between Gmail and SMTP when it comes to authentication. Sorry. Curiosity. English is not my first language, so I might stutter also. Plus, I'm a bit nervous to show all of this, and yeah, I guess most of you can relate. So, Gmail automatically sets your SPF, the KIN, the mark. It sets up all of that automatically for you, while you gotta do it manually through SMTP. So this lets you scale faster without waiting weeks for reputation building. You know, that's the thing. You don't have to do it manually. You don't have to, sorry, you don't have to wait all that long, especially if you're on a deadline, need to launch your campaigns. This can be super useful. Then we got domain and IP warm up. The idea here is that API works only with verified apps. That means that providers can trust compliance with Gmail's standards, while SMTP has no verification layer. Any misconfigure or low quality SMTP can send, but trust signals are absent. There's a huge probability you're still gonna hit spam because of that. Then we got sending limits as well. It's really not cooperating. Uh, Sending limits, the same, always prioritize Gmail API, while SMTP allows bulk blast, but filters hit harder. You know, you're gonna hit spam, you're gonna hit promotions, you're gonna hit social or whatever. And trust signals. Gmail API verify apps only, adds trust and compliance, which doesn't happen in SMTP. You got no built-in verification layer. You gotta, again, do this over and over manually. And again, it's time consuming. Stop doing things manually, start automating your processes, and start focusing on prospecting less and selling more. That's the idea. That's what we're trying to bring you here, you know? Let me see next. Oh, sorry. Next one. Personalization is more than just spin text. For those of you who don't know spin text, it's a small feature that changes your copywriting a bit. It changes one word into another, good evening to good afternoon, hello to hi, hi to hey, and so on. Stop this. And so on. Our research shows that spin text alone has little to no impact on replies, while spin text gives you 1.09%. Without spin text, we got 1.28%. That's across 3 million plus over a little over 3 million emails with spin text versus 41 million emails without spin text. So when it comes to percentages, there might not be a great difference, but when it comes to raw numbers, wow. Next, we got why spin text is different from real personalization. I mentioned this briefly just now, but spin text was originally a hack to bypass spam filters by generating small text variations. That doesn't work anymore. As I mentioned before, you gotta personalize your message. You gotta talk to your client, not to your client department, let's say. You gotta talk to John, the CEO of that company, not to CEOs. There's a huge difference there. Then in reality today, email providers use advanced AI models that are trained to detect these changing patterns. There's another reason that it doesn't work, that it's harder to hit inbox. The technology has changed. We got a lot more AI now than we had 3, 4, 5 years ago from the pandemic onwards. The spam police is tidying up on if you're campaigning a niche for, let's say, 3 months, and you can see your replies going up, maybe there's a big sign, a big red flag that you should change your campaign, you should change your SMTP to an API, you should stop using spin text and focus more on building a personalized message to your clients. So keep an eye out for that. If you're not getting enough reply, set your priorities, set your time, set your limits, change it. You can make a mistake fast in order to fix it fast. That's the idea. You're running it for a month, doesn't work, change. Ilya.
Fernando, I see that a lot of people are asking different questions. Guys, just don't worry, we're gonna answer all of your questions. And Fernando, let's move on. I know that there are gonna be a lot of more things to share, so let's probably speed up because
Sure.
I just want us to fit 1 hour line, and we do not cross that one. And I promise people that we need to be wise in terms of time management. So let's just move on. I know that there's going to be a lot of things. And I see a lot of people, how can I change the SMTP to the Google API? Or how can I check that? Guys, what I will answer because I saw so many questions here in the chat. Guys, as I told you, you need to go to your sending tool, go to the settings and see what is the way you've connected your Google account to the platform. The best way is to, if you have the option to connect it through API or through the SMTP, if it's connected through SMTP, just disconnect it and then connect it through the Google authentication, aka API. It's going to be way better for you. So let's move on. I know that we have a lot of things.
Yeah, as I mentioned, we have a lot of things to discuss in such a short time, but let's speed it up. I'll do my best. Sorry for that. And for those of you who are having some troubles changing from SMTP to API or something like that, any other troubles, you can also reach out for our support team at Snovio. You can find them on our bottom right corner on every Snovio screen. There's a chat logo there. You can reach out for support. They are real people. There's a huge differential from anyone, basically. Real people are there 24 hours to answer to your questions, to help you out with some difficulties and so on. So if you want to change it, if you want to change your SMTPs to APIs, reach out for support. They'll be more than glad to help you out. All right. Next slide might surprise some of you a bit, but plain text wins. If you're sending campaigns, especially for prospection, keep it simple, but keep it strategic, make use of plain text. Don't add images, don't add HTMLs, don't add nothing. Just text, just write, but write it to your client. Again, personalization and plain text are key here. I'm gonna speed up this a bit because it seems a bit
And before you move on, guys, if you take a look
uh
at the data, can you please just go back? You see
sure.
there is a difference in reply rates, right? But yeah, there are some things that affect your reply rate, your message, your copy, your targeting. But there is one little interesting thing. It's the bounce rate. And you see that the bounce rate is almost doubled when you are sending the links, the attachments, and some other type of the extra HTML in your call emails. So try to keep your emails simple, plain text mode only. Don't try to add as much of extra materials as is possible in your call, the emails, because not it affects your reply rates, but it also affects your bounce rate, which is you know which is a good thing to know. Okay, so let's move on. Sorry,
Especially in the
sorry.
first email. No, don't worry, that was perfect. Especially in your first email, if you're adding a link to your first email, there's a huge probability that you're gonna hit spam. So keep the first email engaging. That's the word here. You wanna engage with a new prospect. We want them to reply to us. Then we send them a link. Then we schedule a meeting with them. Then we send more material. But the first email should be strategic, engaging, plain text, no open track, should be safe. Few things there to restructure your campaigns. Next, I'll get some more data on plain text and how it's good for you, but I guess that we got this covered. Just gonna go a little over this. HTML emails use images, links, or attachments carry a high filtering risk. That's why plain text tend to work more. Every additional element like tracking pixels, banners, and this kind of thing, they increase your chances of getting red flagged, blacklisted, and so on. Links, images, and attachments, and any other things that's not plain text. They have multiple links are classic spam filter triggers, image heavy layouts. If you're working, I see this happening a lot with real estate. They add their email with a lot of images, a lot of PDFs, whatever they want to spread out the word of the house, but still falls into the same filters. Also, bounce risk, we just mentioned them, just mentioned it. HTML files have a higher rejection rate. Plain text emails rarely trigger bounces, hard bounces, making them safer for consistent deliveries. So if you're, again, sales and prospecting, stick to plain text and don't track. Well, there's a Here it is. Reply rates by provider regarding Microsoft lags. Microsoft, we know it's a little tricky to work with, but we can see that Gmail has the highest reply rate, that standing 1.90 something, 95, 1.95. That's nearly 3 times higher than Gmail to Microsoft. When we send in Gmail to Gmail, here we tested again Gmail to Microsoft, then Microsoft to Gmail, and Microsoft to Microsoft. The second worst here was actually Microsoft to Microsoft, which for me at least makes no sense. Why wouldn't they communicate with them? So again, another reason to stick to Gmail if possible. That's preferred.
Um, yeah, one more thing that I want to, yeah, no, it's fine, just to move on. But one more thing here, guys, probably I told you before, we said like we manage more than 10,000 mailbox for our clients. And usually the Microsoft durability is a really tricky thing. That is true. We were trying different approaches as well, and we didn't see a direct relation between Outlook to Outlook, Gmail to Outlook, etc., etc. But the thing here is that what we saw that was actually working for us, and I can share with you the more details. So just reach out to me on LinkedIn when it comes to the Microsoft durability. What we figured out after testing, a lot of different things. I guess we cracked the code. I would like to share with you some insights that we got with some of our clients when it comes to the Microsoft durability. So just feel free. I will be happy to share with you some interesting insights that we have. It's not final. We cannot push it to the public right now, but probably like in a month or something, we're gonna collecting the data. If you want, I can share with you, and I can share with you for
I
that
want
as well.
that.
Yeah, I can share
Yeah,
with
of
you.
course. Please do. Just a final reminder for the audience. I just wanted to mention that if you're willing to learn a little more about plain text wins and how to write an email that actually works, we'll leave a link here on the description or in the comments. Let's see about that. We'll leave a link on how to write cold emails that actually work, a breakdown of subject line strategies, opening hooks and this kind of thing, so you can improve your copywritings even more. Just follow the link here. Now, this one's done. Why Gmail outbests Outlook in provider matching? Uh, Great. When emails, sorry, I just drift there for a sec. When emails stay inside Google's ecosystem, they benefit from a trusted infrastructure. We mentioned that a while ago. They already have this built trust. They already have a reputation to lend you. You borrow this reputation from Google. That means higher inbox placement and less chance of being junked. You won't hit so much spam or promotions or so on. Still, keep warming up your accounts. Don't rely only on one single solution. What makes everything works is the whole ecosystem that you got going on in your sales machine. Also, Gmail heavily prioritizes authenticated, reputable senders, so the KIN and SPF aligned domains perform far, far, far better. All right. There's a little more on it, but you'll get the gist. We're almost running out of time. Let's go a little over LinkedIn connection requests. Uh, LinkedIn connection requests and some notes on messaging on LinkedIn. The number show that sending connection requests without messages, it kind of with messages, sorry, with messages, it kind of performs, but when you send them without messages, you get a slightly better sending acceptance rate than with messages. So without messages, we tested it for 98, 99, 29, sorry. Told you there's a lot of numbers. 29, 93%. And with messages, we tested 26.66. It's a very small difference, but that 3% can be that deal that you're waiting to close, could be among those 3%, could be that $1 million deal, that one person waiting to hear from your solution. So every percentage that we can get is valuable. So stick to no messages on LinkedIn. And that's why, sorry. Decisions are instant. People don't keep reading if you're sending a lot of information on LinkedIn. People don't not stop their day to check, who's Fernando? What does he do? Let me see. You know? No, they just check their phone. Who is it? Where he works? Yes, no, that's it. Generic notes hurt your trust. Again, you gotta talk to John, the CEO, not CEOs. So if you're sending, hi, I wanted to yada 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 yada, you already failed. Suspicion of a pitch, that's kind of intertwined with the second topic here, but suspicion of a pitch. If someone gets your message and you're like, hi, I'm Fernando from Snowville, that's already sounding like sales. I'm already gonna not accept your request and forget about you. Again, try to keep engaging, engage with your leads, engage in your messages. Don't ask anything, don't offer too much, just let them know that you're there, that solution might serve them. And after they accept, after you already engaged, then you pitch. What? Quick spoiler there.
No, no,
Talking
feel
about
free.
pitches.
Yeah, feel free to go to this moment. Um,
Great. Talking about pitches, for those of you who endured this far, we got a special offer for you. We are offering 30%. That's 30. Yeah, that's 30% off on any Snowville plan, any Snowville monthly plan, actually, during 5 days for those of you who are here. So be fast. This promo code will end. You got 5 days deadline, and make sure that you look for me when you do it. All right. No, just kidding. But we got
yeah,
a super awesome team in sales and every other department, by the way.
yeah,
But yeah, 30% off.
yeah, guys. And by the way, if you want a free call deliverability audit, just feel free to submit the form on the link that I shared with you and mention that you came from the webinar. So you're gonna get an upgraded version of free deliverability audit, and where we're gonna dive deeper into your cases. So in your specific case, it would be pretty great if you go with both with call deliverability audits to check what's going on, and then go and jump with Snovio so we can help you set up both things. All right, so let's move on. So just quickly to recap the things that you shared.
We got a small recap here for those of you who arrived late. Don't worry, we're gonna reveal it really fast. Open rate tracking hurts deliverability. We saw that, so don't track your opens, track your replies. Keep your audience engaged. What metrics actually matter? Again, reply. That's the most important thing. Positive reply rate, meeting conversion. If you're getting a lot of meets from those replies, that's the second most important thing. I guess it's the other way around, sorry. And close rate. Those are the metrics that are in play here, not opens. Again, if you're marketing, then opens surely matter to your statistics. But if you're in sales, stick to replies. They are opening your messages. Don't worry. You get a good open rate. But do you get a good reply rate? That's something to think. Gmail API outperforms SMTP. We had a good look on that. Sorry, I couldn't go into much more details. We don't have the whole day, but you get the hang of it. Stick to Gmail API. Again, if you can, you have some security, whatever in your company. So talk to them, make sure that you show them all of this, spread the word of API. Spin text alone is different from personalization. That's something I'll always emphasize. You have to talk to that CEO, that salesperson, that marketing person, not to a whole department. Keep your messages personalized to the one that you're to your target. Plain text over whatever, over image, over files, over HTMLs, and whatever. Stick to plain text. You have a much better reply rate. People relate more to that actually. Gmail over Outlook in provider matching. Again, you borrow Gmail's reputation, so you deliver much more in the inbox instead of other folders. LinkedIn outreach that stay relevant and build trust step by step. Again, don't send an invite to anything, don't pitch them, don't offer things, just send an invite. When they accept, then you're on. Why cold emails fail and how to fix it. We went through some
Fernando?
technical issues, vague targeting, and Ilya, go.
Fernando, I'm so sorry, guys. I know that we already a little bit just in 1 minute. We have to finish this webinar because yes, we have to do those things, to manage the time wisely. So, guys, first things first. Yes, thanks a lot. How did you enjoy the content that Fernando shared with you? Please tell us from 0 to 10 how you enjoyed that. Like 0, didn't like that at all. 10, it was amazing. Just feel free to share that in the comment section. Feel free to say thanks Fernando. Just 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. Yes, yeah, 5. Thanks. I prefer keep going 100 out of 10. It was 10. Thank you both. Thanks. I see that the majority of people actually love that so much. So guys, first things first, no worries, you all gonna get the recording plus the deck. And I'm pretty sure, and I highly recommend you to go and save this deck for later. Always get back to this deck and always check it again and again and again, because yes, today we had only 1 hour, even less due to the technical issues, sorry for that. But I highly recommend to dive deeper into this deck and always read it again and again, again and again, just because you will understand how to level up your things. There are a few important things that you need to know after this presentation. The first things first, always Google API versus SMTP. This is the biggest uplift that you can get if you're using SMTP and IMAP right now. The second thing, always try to send plain text over HTML. Yes, the 30% in reply rates might be better, but in reality, your bounce rate, that is the main thing that it affects, and a lot of other things. Guys, I'm gonna share with you a list of several links to follow and take a look at the guides that Snovia has prepared for you. So, first things first, please share these links. And of course, we're gonna send them to you as well. But we also are sharing and creating really great webinars like today's with Fernando. So feel free to take a look at the webinars that we are making. Watch our recordings, and tomorrow you're gonna find this recording on YouTube as well. Of course, we're gonna send it to you. Unfortunately, we don't have a lot of time for the Q&A, but first things first, Fernando, thanks a lot for this presentation. I really enjoyed that. How did you like that?
Thanks for having me. It was super awesome. I got super excited at some times. And for the audience, sorry about all the stuttering.
Yeah, all good, all good. I saw that a lot of people enjoyed that so much. Guys, I see that we answered a lot of questions in the chat. There were two types of the questions. First things first, people were asking, what if I go with Novio, and should I do this or should I do that? In this case, it's way better if you reach out to their support team, and support team is already today in the chat, but also if you go and ask them directly or ask for them directly, so he can either answer you or make the intro to people who will help you, because there are some technical questions, there are some situational things that might help you a lot. The second thing, I see a lot of questions that people ask as well about deliverability. Guys, unfortunately, we don't have time today. I tried to answer a lot of people in the direct messages. I hope you all got replies. If not, feel free to reach out to me on LinkedIn or to Fernando on LinkedIn. Here are our links to our LinkedIn profiles, and try to and ask there. We'll be happy to answer and help you there. Thanks a lot, guys. Fernando, how do you enjoy that?
It was super awesome. Thanks for having me once again. Hope we can do this more frequently and share a lot of knowledge with the audience.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Guys, I'm gonna send to you the deck, the recording, later, everything. Thanks a lot and have an amazing day, guys. Thanks a lot. Bye, 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 bye.
Thanks, everyone. Have a great one.